Alright. We're playing Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. I'm not gonna say what the remastered version is called because I think it's one of the dumbest fucking names ever conceived by man. And I think whoever decided to put that on a box and really call their game this title, I guess I'll say it, Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Whoever decided that that's what they wanted to do, I think that they should be fucking ashamed of themselves. Because, that is a terrible, terrible name. And, you're doing this game a horrible disservice by giving it that stupid, goofy name. You know, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning Remastered. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, you know, plus. Really anything but Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. That is so stupid. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I am playing this game. I think that this is one of the... I was going to say in recent history, but this game is literally 11 years old now, I think. Which is crazy. I was going to say within the decade would have been recent, I would say, but no, 2012, I'm pretty sure this game came out. Kingdoms of Amalur... Sorry, I'm like Lemmy today. But Kingdoms of Amalur is a really interesting game. Maybe not the game itself, but the history of Kingdoms of Amalur I think is really interesting. Developed by 38 Studios, the studio that was created by Curt Schilling, the baseball player. And he had a huge grant, or huge amount of funding from Rhode Island. Kingdoms of Amalur got a deal with EA, and to be published through EA. It sold. The sales for this game were pretty modest. It was like 1 million or something like that, maybe more. I don't know, but it was like within, I think, the first 30 days. I think it sold like 1 million copies or something. Which sounds like, that doesn't sound super great, but you know, I would say for like a new IP, for something that has the style that this is going for, I think that is not so bad, and they should have targeted lower. Obviously, in retrospect, they should have targeted lower. But anyway, point is that the game sold what it sold, and it was like the governor of Rhode Island or something. He was in some interview or something like that, and somebody asked about, hey, are we ever going to see the return on that the funding of 38 Studios for that game? And then he basically said that Kingdoms of Amalur was a big flop, as 38 Studios was in discussions with EA to produce the sequel. So as a result of that, he basically scared off EA from them thinking that they were going to be investigated or pulled the plug from because of all the investment they had put into 38 Studios, essentially canceling the sequel and dooming 38 Studios to be closed. Which is, like, really, really strange, really interesting. And then there's interviews with Curt Schilling after the fact where he is very bitter towards that situation, which I can understand, regardless of anybody's feelings on Curt Schilling. He obviously wanted to do this. And the whole thing came from, like, he likes games, and he wanted to make his own. So he made a studio, and he made it happen. He hired R.A. Salvatore for the story. He hired Seth MacFarlane, not Seth MacFarlane. Todd McFarlane. Yeah, he hired the Family Guy to make the characters. No, he hired Todd McFarlane for character design, which is the guy who made Spawn. And then he got the director of fucking Morrowind, and the guy who worked on Oblivion and the Shivering Isles. So he basically assembled a fucking fantasy game dream team, and was planning on turning this into a franchise. But I will say they were also in production of an MMO in this universe that they were all like Project Copernicus, I think is what it was known as at the time. And I think that maybe the investment in a project that was doomed to fail from the start while they were simultaneously working on these single-player games may have contributed to their downfall as well. So it's worth mentioning that I don't think that they're completely blameless. I think that they manage their funds poorly. Maybe don't work on an MMO, you know? But, okay. That's enough about that. I do find it really interesting. I'm sure there's plenty of videos on YouTube about it, but it's one of the more unique stories surrounding development of a game. Especially with all of the modern trappings of, like, it involves politics, it involves a baseball player, it involves EA, and it involves a pretty good game, from what I understand. I've played a few hours of Kingdoms of Amalur, probably 7 years ago, and never finished it. It's basically an action RPG with very, very light, like, RPG-ish qualities, in a kind of interesting world that was very inspired, I think, by like, Dragon Age Origins. You know how, like, in Dragon Age Origins, people would, like, in all the cutscenes, everybody's just covered in blood? This game, if I recall, is also kind of bloody, but the art style makes it a little less edgy. But this is definitely in this early 2010s. They're going for like an edgier style, which is the same as Dragon Age Origins, in my opinion. But anyway, let's get started. I am excited to try this game.
From the beginning, we were wrong, and only now, well into the second decade of the conflict, have we begun to understand the mistakes we have made. We lived in harmony among the Fae, in a world awakened to new magic. Perhaps we should have foreseen what might be born on this rising tide. What force might awaken. A force powerful enough to twist even the eternal and immutable Fae folk.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But Gadflow, the new king of the Winter Court, surprised us all. Singular among his people, he was all that other Fae were not. Aggressive, ambitious, visionary. He had power like none we had ever seen. Terrible and deadly. Gadflow and his followers, the Tuatha Deon.
He's just having a fun time.
God was to be born in the east, beneath Gadflow's crystalline fortress of Amathen. In the name of that god,
oh yes,
they marched to war against the young races of Amalur. Against a mortal army, no matter the power of their god, we might have been victorious. But the Fae are creatures of magic, not bound by the laws of life and death. Each Tuatha fallen on the battlefield would soon rise again, for the Fae do not know death as we do. How could we stand against such a force? For 10 years the war raged. For 10 years the armies of Men and Alpha fought and died. But as our numbers dwindled, we knew that it was only a matter of time. Our fate had been written. At least, that is what we believed. Until you died.
Seems kind of a little cheap. A whole army of your enemy that just respawns while you don't. That seems a little unfair. It was like an iPhone or something. Okay.
What do you think this one is then? Alpha? Garan? Could even be a Jotun. Always a surprise, eh, Garan?
Eyes on the job, boy. Don't matter what it is. Dead's dead. And be thankful for that. All we've seen. Go on and pull back the sheet, though. It'll need to be in our report, one way or the other.
Oh, okay. So, let's see. Gonna be a dude or a lady? Okay. I like the lady's outfit, honestly. Oh. Okay, so... the Almain are a warlike and religious nation of a storied origin. Many Almain come to the Faelands seeking freedom, while honoring the traditions of their homeland. Doesn't really say much. Alchemy, blacksmithing, persuasion. Hardened by the high seas, the Varani are just as frequently pirates and mercenaries as they are shrewd merchants. They favor swords and daggers as seaworthy weapons. Lock-picking, mercantile, hidden, detect hidden. The Losulfar, Jossulfar, whatever, are a proud and ancient people from the frozen lands of the north. Jossulfar judge themselves fit to divine right from wrong under wind, sun, and sky, and meet an even-handed justice. Oh, okay. And meat? I don't know what is meat, other than food. Dispelling, alchemy, and sagecraft. Dolkulfar, renowned as sophisticated students of magic and diplomacy. While they do not shy from conflict, they prefer to resolve disputes subtly and with grace, or efficiently in silence. Stealth, sagecraft, and persuasion. So humans, Viking humans, high elves, dark elves. Detect hidden. So from what I understand, based on the skills, detect hidden is like the biggest benefit. Physical damage, armor up. Let's do the crit. We'll just start with one here, but maybe first thing to go is the facial hair. Oof. As somebody who can barely grow facial hair, I'm not a facial hair fan in games. Let's look at the faces. Oh boy. I think that might be as good as it gets. Okay, he's wearing oh, I was gonna say, he's wearing eyeshadow? What's going on, dude? Stubble color. Oh, that's red. We'll give him black stubble, but then lower the intensity so it's not so ridiculous. Hairstyle. Let's see, what do we got here? Woof. Melon. Just straight bald. I kind of like the classic barbarian look. But at the same time, cornrows. What is this, like a top knot? No. Honestly, I'm pretty boring with haircuts. I usually will give the dude like a fade if it exists. Just because that's what I wear. That's how I rock. We'll give him like that Roman haircut. And like dark brown hair. Facial hair. Now that's amazing. We might have to do that. Give him a soul patch. I think we're gonna go with this, because that's so ridiculous. His sideburns don't quite meet up with his gigantic mustache, but that's okay. Also, his eyebrows are a different color. That's weird. No, wait, well, what is the jewelry? Oh, no. It's all face piercings. Yeah, no tattoos. I don't care about that. Okay. Confirm.
A Varani. Must have been a mercenary, come to fight in the war. I could have told him how he'd end up. Not in bad shape, though, all things considered. All right, then. Make sure it goes into the report. You know he'll want all the details.
Amazing how well the body held up. Better than I've seen.
I'm just glad it's not moving. Must have been born under a lucky star, this one.
Anything else we need?
Unless you'd like to name him, I think we're done. Put him with the others.
There, he's Mikey. I like the idea of like this horrible fantasy world at war, and your boy Mikey's he's rocking. Okay. Dude, he is having a bad day. This is not going the way I thought it would. Usually, I end my day on a pile of corpses. I don't start off that way. Also, how long have these been here? We've established on previous streams that there is a process called skeletonization, which I think is hilarious. And these bodies in this temperate climate would probably be skeletons within like 1 month to like 9 months. So, so how long have they been here? Oh, interesting. This is very interesting, the way that this controls. Okay. I wonder how this will look on stream, just to... because the camera seems a little jerky. And it does say that, like, there's a bunch of camera smoothing on. Maybe if we turn it off. I think that this type of game, there should be a little bit of a dynamic camera. Maybe that's a little too far. Whoops. How far can it go? Oh, wow. That's pretty far. That might be, oh, that might be overdoing it. Why is it still so far? Oh, there it is. Oh, you know what I just realized? I was hitting the fucking Q button like trying to do like Batman vision. I don't think they had gotten that yet. Yep, see ya. Alright, let's look at our items. Weapons, primary, rusty longsword. Pretty detailed for a rusty sword. Experiment disposal. The secrecy is still important in our work, requiring specialized disposal of our unfortunate failures. Piling remains have become a concern in the lower caverns, so an incinerator has been added to deal with the waste. This should make disposal work slightly less horrible, although you should avoid drinking water from downstream of the ash dumps. Hardly a fitting rest for the poor things, but if it's any consolation, these weren't their original bodies in the first place. Okay, so they're working on reanimating corpses, it sounds like. I guess, you know, you gotta try to fight back any way you can if your enemy is an army of deathless god people. I guess I can understand.
They're all over. Run!
Oh my god.
Scatter, children of dust! Scatter before the might of the Tuatha!
Okay. You can break boxes. That's nice. Okay.
Stay away!
Stay away. You talking to me?
No child of dust shall escape.
Help! Anybody!
You!
Oh.
There, please help me! Please! More mortal scum? No matter. All die.
Okay, let's look at our armor. Yeah, that seems better. This guy just forgot what was happening. Did not seem interested at all. Okay. You can equip enemies or items by highlighting an individual item and pressing enter. Okay. Right-clicking the item and selecting equip. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I kind of like that there's an option for just to right-click it. He's wearing leggings now, which you know, I've heard they're comfortable. Oh.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh no. He's an incel. Oh, you know what?
Wait. I've seen you before. On the slab. You
Sorry, my camera's blocking this guy's name. His name's literally Encel.
by the tome it worked. You're alive.
Okay, hold on. This might be better off over here. Okay, I think that might be better.
You died. I don't know how or even where. But your body was remade in the Well of Souls, and somehow it worked. The well restored your soul to your body, and it worked. We must get you to Professor Hughes right away. He'll have questions for you.
Who's
Professor Forrest
Hughes?
Hughes. The Well of Souls is his life's work. The Tuatha are coming in through the lower levels. If we hurry, we should be able to beat them to the top. Take these. They'll help keep you safe long enough to get to Hughes. Now, let's get going!
By the way, I don't want to understate how much I appreciate that this is just like almost like a Morrowind style. I actually really like this type of dialogue system as opposed to like Fallout 4 style like guy talks. Like this silent protagonist in this style of RPG I think is mostly better. It's either you do this or you have a set character like Geralt in The Witcher. I don't think you can really do both that effectively.
Oh my, you don't know? Perhaps the process damaged your memory. They are the Tuatha Deon, the enemy of all the young races. We've never seen them this far inland. Not even during the invasion. I don't know why they're here. I wish I could tell you more. You showed no signs of life when we removed your new body from the well's waters. We just put it in the furnace room with the others. We would have never done that if we knew.
Okay.
The Well of Souls is just ahead. You'll see. And it works. It restored you to life. There will be plenty of time to explain later. We've got to get going. He'll be in his study on the ground floor of the tower. At least, I hope he's there. And safe. Let me get this door. We can be on our way. Right this way. You.
Old boots. Yeah, put on some shoes, dude.
First.
Okay. Alright, I mean, first, I want to point out that this game makes a very good first impression. The game looks... like, I will say the art style looks great. For a re-release of this game to be as pricey as it is, like, almost like a full-price game, I don't think it's that great of a proposition, considering the original game was still for sale at the time. I don't know if it still is, but probably cheaper than this. And if you saw screenshots of these side by side, they look almost identical. But that aside, the game holds up very well, like visually. And the voice acting is pretty good. At least this guy is very good.
Come on! There's no time to waste!
Okay.
Move!
I'm moving. So that's the Well of Souls. Hold on 1 second here. Okay.
We're in one of the storerooms. See if you can find anything useful.
Some items are smashable. Oh. Oh, that's armor? I guess that would be.
Wait! Do you hear something?
How do you even use the armor? Gloves, lockpick, minor healing. Shields are located in your inventory under armor. I know. It's an interesting decision. So I guess you can pull out your shield no matter what weapon you're holding, which I think is actually that's kind of nice. If that's the way that I'm interpreting this. If that's how it works. Crit damage, melee block efficacy. I think at this point we just go for the higher value, right? Ooh.
More to offer!
I detest the mortal flesh.
Shift. The enemies have like a, and I'm sure we do too, but they have like a very exaggerated, like stun animation. Like when they get hit, they're immediately stunned, which I appreciate. You acquired a longbow, escape, but it is a secondary weapon. Secondary longbow. Wait. Oh, okay. It refills over time. The quiver.
Archers up ahead.
Oh.
Best shoot them before they see us.
They saw me.
Go!
You just massaged that nut. I massaged it into opening. It's fine now. Unleash powerful ranged attack. Wow. Tattered documents. The writings on these documents are too faded to be of value. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Daggers are deadly if you catch an enemy unaware. Their speed more than makes up for their size.
That guy... That's a bad way to go. I don't think I would like that. I'll just put that out there. I like that. No matter what, you can always... Oh. Stop it. You can always pull out your shield. Rusty gauntlets. Okay, no water. Not allowed to go in the water.
More up ahead. If you can sneak up on them with your daggers, you should be able to finish them quickly and quietly.
What's the sneak button? Okay. Okay. Nice. Perform stealth kill. Daggers and Fey Blades are both enable you to perform stealth attacks. Okay.
Come on. There's
Oh,
no time
set
to
up.
wait. Move.
Vented. Can we do a 2-for-1?
Look at the morning worm and scatter.
Oh, no. Oh, camera. Okay, so it really wanted me to see this. But at the same time, I had to attack that guy over here. The combat camera is very cinematic.
Cave blossoms only respond in the presence of magic. Perhaps there is more to you than it seems.
Use the number keys to equip one of your active abilities. Then press the right mouse button to use your storm.
Incredible. What are you?
I'm a guy. There's a spider in there. It seems like it's no good. Pick up spider memo. Regarding the spiders. Like what a note to find. If you went into like if you went to like I don't know, if you went to visit your parents and you saw a note that said regarding the spiders, you'd be like, "Hold on. What type of shit is going on here while I'm not around?" Hughes. Per your request, we finally got the spider problem under control. Claude will try to take credit for an efficient cleansing with his Praetorians, but I feel he overstates his case and fails to recognize the value that my own quick thinking and scholarly work provided to this successful operation. While overseeing the spider purge, I noticed that those guards who were affected by spider venom exhibited stiffness of joints and tightening of skin, symptoms which suggest a possible solution for the internal cohesion problems of some of the well's creations. I would have studied these symptoms in more depth at the time, but the guards willfully and flagrantly disobeyed my orders to delay application of antitoxins. As such, I request that we capture some of these spiders in order to harvest their venom and for future testing. Furthermore, I trust that these insubordinate guards will be punished immediately. For my steadfast pursuit of knowledge, I require no medal nor promotion. All I would ask is that you please reassign me off of subject disposal detail. So, he's trying to test on people? Spider venom? Oh, okay. So the chest and robes occupy the same spot. 15. Robes replace both your torso and leg. Oh, okay. So 8, 20. Yeah, let's... Look, we're kitted out now, man. Okay, there's some magic stuff going on here. Worn hand wraps. Oh. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay. So they're vulnerable to electric. Or shock, I should say. Part of staff. Fire damage. Maybe we should try to go wizard and just see what happens. 10% mana regen. So is that 40% total?
Completely covered the tunnel. Maybe you can use that staff to burn a path through.
I wonder how often that will actually occur, that we can use
Not more spiders.
fire.
Burn them! Burn them!
Okay. Spider sack. For the mana regen. Might be worth it. Magic seems pretty powerful, not gonna lie. I never play a magic character in any game, almost. Especially like an RPG like this, I usually go stealthy if I can. But it seems like magic is pretty good in this game. Oh, wait, that's where we came from. Duh.
We Praetorians are tempered in battle. It's the finest
Get alive!
steel. And who's this?
That's what I intend to find out. He came out of the well.
What? Then he'd better get inside to see
What?
the man. Quick, before those Twatha make another push.
This is where we part ways. But take whatever you want from this armory. We might have a few things that would fit you. Just make sure you get your shoes. We can hold off the Tuatha here. He's directly ahead, in his study. Just keep going past the top of the well. He needs to see you. Right now, you're the most valuable thing in his world. I'll see you on the outside. If fate wills it. Go on. There isn't time to waste. I'll
Oh,
see you on
okay,
the
so that
outside.
was our only option.
You're what the well spat out. You come out of the well and the Twatha show up, that can't be a coincidence.
Okay.
Plate armor. Nothing protects quite like layers of impervious metal.
Impervious, you say?
Leather armor is thin, but will give you the speed to reach an enemy's throat. Simple claw frees your body and
Okay.
mind. That's why mages prefer it.
Oh, I didn't realize that these have like health, whatever you want to call it. So these can, I guess, I don't know if they can break or not, but they definitely go down in use. That's the word, durability. By the way, Twitch don't like my nicknames. That's a very long username. Okay. So, do I want to go... Do I want to go magic? I guess that's the thing. I'll stick with magic for now. And then we'll go from there. Damage diminishes if they hit 0. Okay. So they don't, like, permanently break. Alright, let's see what's going on in here. Watch out for those rocks. Just get useless till repaired. Okay. It's good to know. Whoops. I misclicked. What's going on here? Well, progress log. Experiments are now successfully recreating bodies 97.5% of the time. Any missing limbs or extra fingers are now probably how the original subject looked, rather than a magical flux on our end. However, full revivification, that's a word. That's an amazing word. Still eludes us. Even with increased testing, products are nothing more than inert lumps of skin and bone, although the occasional spasm or twitch does allow hope of full success in the future. I know some of you complain that we should use cadavers and skip the corpse recreation altogether, but you must know we'd never be allowed to experiment with the subject's actual body. We may be working to recreate life, but that hardly allows us to desecrate the dead. Any further complaints can be directed to me directly. So is the logic is that by using just body parts instead of full bodies, we're being respectful? This game is a real gem, to be honest. Sadly, it was so overshadowed back then by Skyrim. Yeah, I was talking about it before I hit the play button. I know this game has a really unique history, and there's a lot of really cool stuff. And I guess this did come out in 2012, like Skyrim. Right? Was Skyrim 2012? But they're different. I don't know. To me, they're not even the same kind of game. So I don't know. Skyrim and Bethesda RPGs are very specific, unique style of RPG. Whereas Kingdoms of Amalur, to me, is more straightforward. Which is, you know, not good or bad. They're just different. It is annoying that people need to draw that distinction. Or don't draw the distinction, I should say.
Your return from the dead? Please forgive me. You must be terribly confused by all of this. I am Fomerus Hughes, and this is my laboratory at Alistar. Everything you see here is dedicated to one thing, the Well of Souls, the pursuit of immortality. And you're my first success. If we only had the time, there's so much we might learn from one another.
Okay.
You don't know. They're called the Tuatha. They were once Fey folk of the Winter Court, but they've been twisted by their Lord Gadflow. But how could they have found us out here? We're miles away from the front lines. The waters never touched Dalentarth. And why attack the well?
Yeah, this game to me, it's so based on what I understand, I mean, well, first of all, they're going for more of this game is going more BioWare than Bethesda, you know? This is very clearly drawing on Dragon Age Origins. Less Morrowind, more Dragon Age. Even the dialogue system here is like exactly like Dragon Age. With plus the Mass Effect dialogue wheel, and then the expansion of it when it's more options. But combat-wise, it's, you know, it's like older BioWare, like Jade Empire BioWare, you know, stuff like that. Or even more just like straight up character action games, just like a light character action game. But not a lot of decisions from what I understand of this game, like not very choice focused, you know, just pretty much A to B, pretty straightforward linear plot. So yeah, I don't know. To me, it's just so different than that style of game that it sucks that one overshadowed the other completely, you know, because they're, I don't know. It's like hot dogs getting overshadowed by hamburgers. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you know, they're both on a bun, but you know, sometimes I want a hot dog, I don't want a hamburger, or vice versa, you know? Kingdoms of Amalur was basically a promotion game for yeah, that's true. That's what it's that's what I was saying earlier, is that the whole thing with 38 Studios, the even if the whoever it was, whether I think it was the governor of Rhode Island or something like that, even if he didn't shit talk the game prior to their final meeting with EA about a sequel to Kingdoms of Amalur, I think that the fact that they were working on Copernicus or whatever, that's just draining your own supply. You know what I mean? You're draining cash on a project that probably won't be successful anyway. I don't know why. I don't know. Kurt Schilling wanted to make an MMO. That's the beginning and the end of it, I guess. But they could have just made single-player RPGs and called it a day, and maybe still be alive.
Complicated. I could write 10 volumes on the effects of immortality on their pseudo-feudal court system alone.
Okay.
I am Fomorous Hughes, scholar of Vivification Prime Circle. We're standing above my life's work, the Well of Souls. There's so much to learn about you, though. I imagine it's all a bit muddled. Side effect of the prismere? Shape of the basin? No. If only we had more time.
Yeah, and the other thing to keep in mind, too, is 38 Studios must have owned Kingdoms of Amalur, right? They owned it themselves. So, and I say that because of this re-release. They must have owned it, because EA wouldn't sell it if they had it. No, the studio, nobody sells their IP, no matter what. Even if they'll never use it, they don't sell it. Very rarely, like instances like Wasteland or Square Enix selling off studios with their IP to make it more of an enticing deal. It doesn't matter. Square Enix didn't make that much money off of Hitman or Tomb Raider anyway. They don't give a shit. But Deus Ex for that matter. But with Kingdoms of Amalur, 38 Studios must have owned the property, and not EA, which is interesting. So, even if the EA deal fell through for Kingdoms of Amalur 2, if they didn't burn their reserves on making an MMO, maybe they would have had enough time to pitch it to THQ or something at the time, you know, because THQ would fucking pick up anything, you know, so they could have gotten their money somewhere to make Kingdoms of Amalur 2, even if the governor saying that Kingdoms of Amalur 1 was a big flop would have scared off EA. That's just kind of my thoughts. Who knows how it really would have went down. It's just, that was like an era everybody was trying to make, like, everybody was still trying to make a WoW killer in 2012, which is insane.
I wish I could tell you more, but Your death is a mystery to me as well. It seems that your memory died with your body. You see, the well is designed to capture the soul of someone recently deceased, recreating their physical form within its waters. Simple, really. Your rebirth is the first we might truly call a success. There have been others, but the results weren't quite right.
Okay. EA only got scared off if the game is no milking option. Well, you know, I know EA is an easy target because they suck ass, but you got to keep in mind too that this was like pre Madden Ultimate Team and FIFA Ultimate Team EA, you know? This is in an era, you got to like really think about it. This is like after they've done Mirror's Edge, they've done Dead Space. This is pre-Dead Space 3, right? Let's see, Kingdoms of Amalur. I just want to double check to make sure that I'm not off base here. Okay. So yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur is 2012, February 2012. Okay, Mirror's Edge is 2008, so that's 4 years earlier. What about Dead Space? I think that was like 2007. Oh man, Wikipedia's new format sucks. Yeah, no, okay, Dead Space was also 2008. Dead Space 3 was, okay, you know what? Here's the thing. This is what I will say. This is 1 year before EA would really shit it up. So this was, EA probably made this deal in 2008 to make Kingdoms of Amalur. Comes out 2012. And then in 2013, Dead Space 3 comes out. And everybody goes, hold on. Maybe EA sucks ass. And then that was that. So... yeah, this is like still, I would say, in like the Xbox 360, PS3, trying new things EA era. There was a period where EA wasn't that bad, and then they did, and then oh my god, they did Dead Space 3, and then they made that SimCity reboot. Oh my god, that Sims. Okay, not to go off on a tangent here, but SimCity. Oh, God, what year was that? Oh my, I think that was 2013. Yeah, SimCity 2013. Oh my God. I was so excited for SimCity, and I pre-ordered that game. That was the last game I ever pre-ordered. I've never pre-ordered. Okay, that's not true. I pre-ordered one game since then. It was South Park: The Stick of Truth, and that came out 5 years later. I pre-ordered that game 5 years before it came out, or something like that. It was ridiculous. But SimCity was so awful that I was like, I'm never going to trust a game studio again. I fucking hated that game. And I couldn't even play it because it was a single-player game that made you do always online. So, my fault for pre-ordering. And learn my lesson. Wish other people would. Old EA was nice. Loved their snow sport games on PS2. Did they? Oh, yeah, they did SSX. SSX, especially Tricky, I really liked. I played a lot of that on GameCube. Same goes for Ubisoft, Beyond Good and Evil. Gosh, they fell deep. Yeah. Beyond Good and Evil... they did, I mean, the Prince of Persia games, then even Assassin's Creed 1, at least that was a unique idea. They made, like, that was, like, weird, that was, like, goofy era of Ubisoft. They made, like, fucking Naruto games, like, open world Naruto RPGs. They were just making shit. They were like, whatever, let's get fucking weird with it. And then later they just said, let's make the same game again forever. We made Far Cry 3, now we don't have to make games anymore. We just make this now. That's what they decided. Said, hold on, wait, Far Cry 3? What if we turn Ghost Recon into Far Cry 3? What if we turn Far Cry 6 into Far Cry 3 again? What if we turned Assassin's Creed into Far Cry 3? And bad. Yeah, I only ever pre-ordered one game, and it was Cyberpunk 2077. Bit my ass. Yeah. Yeah, no, I love The Witcher. I love The Witcher a lot. Read the books, even. That's how I realized... I remembered I could read when I read the Witcher books. I was like, oh yeah, this is the thing I can do. And Cyberpunk 2077, I was also very hyped for, and, well, I didn't pre-order it, but even with all the good reviews, I bought it day one anyway. But I will say, I played it, and I didn't hit any game-breaking bugs. I got a lot of bugs, but, a lot of little bugs that made that... By the end of Cyberpunk 2077, I was so annoyed. That's the only time I've ever, like, kind of thrown my hands up and been like, I can't play this anymore. Just because of little bugs. It was, I had the bug where the, there's a Delamain quest in Cyberpunk 2077 where, it's, like, bugged out or something, and so the video is all like staticky, and that turned into a bug where every video call I got for the rest of the game had that static over it. And that was really annoying. That was like a little thing, right? Not game breaking, not a big deal, but it's really annoying. But the big fucking thing that really pissed me off was that the reticle would just disappear from the screen, and I couldn't do anything in combat. Unless I, like, hit... I don't know, I went into a certain menu and then came back out, and then it would go away. And then the hacking screen kept getting stuck on the screen, too. So it was, like, little UI bugs that would turn into, like, now you can't do combat, now you can't do this or that. And that happened, like, every 7 minutes or so. Every 5 to 7 minutes when I was playing that game for the last, like 5 hours. And that's the only time I've ever been fed up by little bugs that added up to the point where I thought I might just quit the game, but then I stuck it through. But nothing game breaking, just tons and tons and tons of little bugs. I can't even remember them all, but because everybody talks about big game breaking bugs, right? Or like big funny bugs, where like everybody's T-posing, or like the same guy spawns 7 times in a row in the street. But no, that wasn't my experience. It was performance was pretty bad, and then, or like, you know, I was getting like tons of frame drops. Could not meet like 60 frames per second with stuff turned down. But little bugs are what killed that game for me. In the end, though, I liked the game, but I might never play it again. That's the thing. Anyway, I'll stop ranting so I can play this game. It was torture, though, man.
Even when they die, their essence returns home to be reborn later. They hate mortals like you and me, and want us wiped off the face of Amalur. I can only imagine how much they hate the idea of mortals being reborn.
Okay.
It's been my life's work. Decades of research with a singular goal, ending death itself. And now, you're the only proof that it's a success. But why did it work on you and no one else?
Probably my sick mustache.
From the others. There are so many questions to ask, and if we're to get any answers, we've got to get you someplace safe.
Yeah. Tons of potential in Cyberpunk. Hopefully, I mean, hopefully they do a sequel, and they don't run into the same problems, you know. Hopefully they've learned their lesson, because they were punished pretty badly at the beginning of the Cyberpunk launch. And I don't know... They don't have the game output like EA does, where it's like, you don't like this one? Well, next week there's a new game, whatever. You know? That kind of thing. And they don't have the security of like a Madden Ultimate Team or a FIFA Ultimate Team to just continue to make bad games and it doesn't matter. So their next game has to be really good, or else you're going to be like, well, you know, that is what it is. Yeah, if they fuck up the Witcher 1 remake, people will burn their studio. Yeah, I tend to agree. Well, But Witcher 1 remake is being made by an external studio though, right? With supervision from Cyberpunk, from CD Projekt. So, I think it's being made by like by an external studio that's like comprised of ex CD Projekt Red devs. But who knows? I mean, look, Poland, Poland is like they're like secret hotbed for interesting stuff going on in video games. Like Dying Light 2, Techland, I'm pretty sure that's a Polish studio, right? Is Techland Polish? Yeah, they're Polish. Which is crazy to think about. Like, Dying Light 2 was basically an indie game. They self-published that game. And that's fucking... That's like a big AAA game made by a Polish studio. On top of that, like, CD Projekt Red, big Polish studio. Well, yeah, they made Dead Island, but Dead Island 2 is being made by Dambuster, I think. Is that... Wait, are they in Poland? They could be. Dambuster Studios. No, they're UK. But they did make Dying Light 1. Or, sorry, Dead Island 1. Techland. But those games were not published by them. I think that's the crazy thing that people don't consider, is that... like, Dying Light 1 was not published by Techland. Like, think about it, right? It's, like, they're a studio that like, made, tested, and then distributed the game themselves completely from start to finish. Like, there's no intervention. You know what I mean? Like, it's all them. Even CD Projekt Red, when they release games in the US and stuff like that, they get published by like Bandai Namco, you know? So, Techland, I don't know, maybe their physical copies were published by somebody else, but like Techland handled all that themselves, and they shipped 5 million copies, like, in the first month. So, yeah, all I'm saying is that Poland is kind of huge for games right now, in a way that I think is really understated. So, there's probably tons of little studios that are popping up over there from like ex-Techland, ex-CD Projekt Red. I know the studio that did 7, that game, I never beat it, but it's all ex-CD Projekt Red people. Point being is that there's probably tons of talent over there for people that could make a Witcher 1 remake, so I don't think it matters, but just interesting. I don't know. It's cool that exists, that's such a big thing there. I hope Witcher 1 remake is good. Because I don't really know how interested I am in Witcher 4 or the existence of it, you know what I mean? So, Witcher 4, I have a feeling that Witcher 4 is going to be like a Skyrim style, you make your own, or Cyberpunk style, make your own Witcher. And I think the Witcher games, for me, as a fan of the books, the Witcher games are like good because of the existing characters. So it would be tough for me to really get behind just a game in that world that you don't play as Geralt. And I don't want to play as Ciri, because I just don't think she's as interesting as a playable character. I think she's interesting as like a character in the game, but I don't think she's interesting as like the main character. And she would be OP anyway. Like, you would be only fighting like world-ending bosses, which I think would destroy the grounded nature of the Witcher series. But anyway, here in Germany, they came directly from them and not by the other publisher. Oh, okay. The Witcher games, you mean? Neither in German or English I liked her voice. Really? I thought she was good in English. I don't know. I've only ever played the games in English, and I thought most of the voice acting was really good. Especially, obviously, Geralt, and I think Yennefer. The two of them are, like, really, really good performances. Sounded a little bit bitchy. From the books, I don't know... I guess it's hard to say. I would have to reread them, you know, because She does come off differently than I imagined. She's like nice and like cheery in the games. Ciri, that is. So, I don't know. I liked it for the games, but her characterization was a little different than I thought it would be, honestly.
Too much to explain right now. The Dwarf have come to stop my work, but I don't believe they know about you. Not yet. What's important is getting you out of here safely. You're the only proof of what we've achieved here. I may not be able to save the well, but I can ensure that its only success is safe.
Okay.
We're in the Faelands, miles away from the front lines. I thought we were safe enough from the war, but it seems some of the Dwarf have found their way here anyway. Yes, you're right. I've got my notes, but it's most important that you stay safe. It's just that you're... Wait, fascinating. Simply astounding. I'm not certain what's caused it, but somehow... yes, as I was saying, I'm not sure what... Perhaps I should go see.
Sir! Mr. Hughes! The Dwarf have reached the lab! That inside the...
No! We've got to get you out of here now! Quickly! Follow the path to the town of Gorhart. Find Agarth. He's a friend, and he may be able to help. No matter what else, stay alive!
You brute! Tear this tower apart!
Another survivor? But I've never seen you in the tower. Were you one of the professor's assistants in the downstairs projects? Did he escape with you? That sounds like him. Professor Hughes was very thoughtful. I mean, he is very thoughtful. I'm sure he found a way to get out. He must have!
Oh. Okay, let's see.
Alistair is remote enough that we don't get a lot of visitors. And with our research, fewer visitors means fewer questions.
Okay.
Oh, you mean Agarth? He visits Hughes every once in a while. I never could figure out why they got along. He's friendly enough, if a bit odd. You should be able to find him in Gorhart, just down the road, past the ruins. You can't miss it. We all knew Fomerus was a genius, but I'll admit, even I had my doubts about him being able to bring the dead back to life. Guess the Tuatha weren't very pleased that it worked.
How do you know about that? I didn't tell you that that happened. How'd you know?
I just don't understand the Tuatha. I mean, most Fae aren't violent. The wild ones can be, but no more than any forest animal. But the Tuatha are some sort of cult among the Winter Fae. Before they invaded Erythel, no one could have imagined the Fae ever marching to war. Brilliant idea, the Well of Souls. Plucks dead people out of the ether, rebuilds their body, and brings them back to life. At least that's what it was supposed to do. Guess we'll never know if it worked now.
I wonder if, maybe... Maybe that's better? Just to keep it out of the way a little
Should be
bit.
safe here, at least a little longer.
That should be okay, because tooltips do pop up on the left side. Escape to level up. Okay, so... I'm not coming into this completely blind. I have seen some things about this game that, Detect Hidden apparently is very important in this game. Persuasion basically does nothing, so it's not really worth it. And then lockpicking you only need up to like level 5 and then or level 4 and then that's fine. Because it's just you just need more lockpicks. It's just kind of brute forcing it. And then these things, like, you want to make the best potions, make the best gear, and that's it. So I'm gonna invest in Detect Hidden. Brutal weaponry. I might go full sorcery, honestly. Physical attack damage with staves. Launch a burst of electrical energy. 3 points available. Unlocks charge special attacks for the staff and chakrams. Long hours of study and practice enable you to wield scepters very efficiently. +2 physical damage with scepters. +5% damage. Really? Whoa. How high up can that go? What's the... Oh, level 1 of 6. Okay. 1 of 3. 1 of 6. 5 points in sorcery abilities. Okay. I think I'm gonna go full sorcerer, honestly, because it seems like that's pretty powerful. Your scepter costs 5% of your maximum mana instead of 6. Why would you invest in this? Oh, scepter, staff. Oh. Scepter and staff are two different things. I did not realize that. We'll do this. Okay. Okay, hold. Block at the right moment to parry. Okay. That's good to know. Because parrying is always an option, which is really... I actually really like that. You guys don't mind if I break your boxes, do you? There's nothing important in these boxes, right? Nothing important in that, right? You guys are okay with that? Yeah, you guys seem okay with that. That's fine. Okay,
Thank Matharu. Another survivor. Are there any more?
I didn't leave any survivors.
Kindness from fate. May those still trapped inside rest peacefully. This was supposed to be a nice isolated grove. So much for that. You don't see many fate weavers nowadays, but they were very popular when I was a girl. My parents even hired one to advise them on raising my sister and me. But these days, you're lucky if you can find a single fate weaver in a big city.
okay.
Most have been run out of town. For Morris Hughes was one of the greatest minds of our generation. The Well of Souls was a dream that was almost too good to come true. Who knows why the Tuatha hate mortals? Who knows why the Fae do half the things they do? The well was a beautiful dream, an end to death, a cure to tragedy. It would have made war pointless. It could have saved the world. We should have known it was too good to exist. Now our friends have paid the price. Stay safe. We'll be moving soon.
No reagents found. Invest in alchemy to improve your ability to harvest reagents. Okay.
I saw you fighting there. We could have used more of you. Did they really have a troll?
Giant rock
I
thing.
don't know how the Tuatha found us, but if they had a troll, it couldn't have been an accident. Fate was kind to collapse that doorway behind you, or they would have chased us into the glade. We started building here when they found Prismere in the mines nearby.
This guy.
Never thought we'd see
He's
Tuatha
having a
this
bad
far
time.
out west, though. Fate weavers? Bah, charlatans. You swears by them. But I'll be damned if I trust my future to some cards. Hughes ran off, you say?
Guy's groaning.
Don't worry too much. The old man's tougher than he looks, and he's always got a plan. They're technically a type of wild fae, related to the fae of the summer and winter courts, actually. Dangerous enough in the wild. The Tuatha also used them in their army. I never did trust fae to begin with. Well, those Tuatha are the worst sort. They waged some sort of holy war against humans and Alpha for years now. But the front's all the way out east. What are they doing out here? How did they know about this place? Well, it's incredible. But it took armloads of Prismere crystals to keep the thing active. That's why we built it so close to the Stone Candle mines. They even put in a few tunnels to deliver the crystals directly into the well. I told them it wasn't safe. Looks like I was right. Again.
That guy.
Good luck out there.
He's just groaning. He's so having a bad time. Okay. So it just shows us what we have on the map. This is very MMO like. pulsing circle on your minimap indicates a quest objective. Okay. Oh, right. It's really throwing me off that there's no jump button. Hey. Some fish. These fish are kind of fearless, too. Oh. Leatherless headdress. Leatherless. Leather headdress. Why did I say leatherless? That doesn't even make sense. Oh, great. Wait. Oh. Is that just like stuff we... Is this like packs of stuff we can use? Consumable? What? Where is that? Where's the leather headdress? Obviously, I mean, it's, I would assume it would go on the head. I don't know what the fuck just happened there. Maybe if it's like a quest item or something. Easy game. Necklace of Ice Shield. I'm very confused about that leather headdress that we picked up. Press the mouse button when the cursor is above a glyph to break it. Glyphs will reseal themselves after a time. Some glyphs reseal faster than others. Be careful of the order you break them in. Break all the glyphs to dispel. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, poison resistance seems maybe more useful in a general sense. What did we pick up? Oh, whoops. Oh. Mind shield. Yeah, not enough sorcery. That's kind of cool, though. Whatever it is, it looks cool. Pick lock. Okay. The fire seems a little better. Oh, wait. This is what we got. Birch Scepter. Oh. Interesting. So the scepter is like a wand. Okay. I almost missed this. Okay. Great. All right. Whoops. Right, wrong button. Misclick. Inventory. What is 47 out of 70? Okay. I was gonna say, I wonder if there's a limit, and there is. So shrines confer a temporary bonus. Different deities will confer different bonuses to your character. Okay. Wow, easy.
You! I remember you. You're the one? How did you come back? How did you find me here? When I saw you with Edsel in the well, I ran. But it wasn't because I was afraid. I was coming to report that Hughes's experiment had succeeded.
Uh-huh.
The Well of Souls is bigger than just one gnome's pet project. My contact pays well for information about its progress. I just send reports to make some money on the side. But I don't know how the Tuatha found out. This has nothing to do with them. I never wanted anyone to get hurt.
Okay.
I promise you, if I knew who it was, I'd tell you. Sharing research is one thing, but academic sabotage is a crime. Thank you, thank you. Here, take this. It's the pay for my last report. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm going back home to Odessa. This sort of thing never happens in Odessa. Good riddance to Hughes and his damn well. Shoo! Be gone!
New location. Let's see what's going on in these mines. Man, we suck. No reagents. Is it reagent or regent? I've always said reagent. Oh. Deadly traps. I think it's funny that I just walked over it and didn't realize it. Wow. That was very easy. Mana. Let's go mana. Oh, wait, we can do both. Why not? Oh, whoops. Wrong button. I keep misclicking right click for some reason. Okay, it wasn't that hidden. It showed up on my map. No. Okay. Cotton robes. Whoa. Oh wait, we got something else too, right? Weapon? What did we get? Oh, the hammer, right. Crude copper talisman. Okay. Let me, let's pull the camera out a little more. Just slightly. Is there a UI option? I feel like the UI is a little big. HUD scaling. That's a little too small. So it's either really small or really big. Okay. Like, this is huge, which I appreciate because, you know, you could play it on a TV and not have to squint the whole time. Like, a lot of times when like, if I try to play PC games on a TV, a lot of times it's, like, just impossible on, like, a 4K TV because everything is so small because they assume you're sitting in front of a monitor. But here... Let's go down this way. Cowl. Cool. There still was a leather headdress that disappeared that I don't know where it went. But, oh well. A lot of really nice looking stuff in this game. I like the way it looks. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. %, physical damage versus heavily wounded. Nah. Okay. I feel like we could walk over those rocks if we really wanted to, but he really doesn't want to. Okay, okay, this is pretty nice. Damn. Magic is crazy in this. Crude cotton hand wraps. You do work with magic in this game, god damn. Alright. Oh, couldn't dodge. Man. Oh, whoops. Wrong button. But, I just want to see real quick. Look at our primary weapon. Look at our staff. Okay, so we have done some work on that staff. Put some work into our staff here. Birch staff. Stone candle log. You've acquired a gem. Gems are powerful enhancements that can be added to weapons and armor at a sage crafting station. Okay. So worst case scenario, we can swap out to one of those. No big deal. What is it? Shadow Prism? Oh. Create a timed explosion that can attract the attention of surrounding enemies. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we can use that to heal, or to repair any item, which is nice. The humanoid skull. Do these have any use? Okay. Stone candle mining log. Among meticulous entries of mining shafts and Prismere loads extracted, a handful of personal entries stand out. Third Winter 203. Survey team Secundus has made a tremendous find, contradictory to our earlier surveys on record. The Stone Candle Caves in Alistar show signs of a rare seam of Prismere. Word and samples have been sent to the forum in Edessa via secure messenger, and their answer is all but certain. Buy the land, start the mines, and tell no one. With everyone focused on the war, nobody will notice another mine, and we should be able to make a killing. First Spring 204, Templar Octien not only demanded the establishment of Stone Candle Mine, but has also personally funded construction of a laboratory in Alistar. This should prevent the nearby town from asking too many questions about the mine, although we will still keep a second log in case of prying eyes. Regrettably, this makes for lax reporting at best. One can only hope that this will not reflect poorly in our reviews. Second item 207. Oh wow. A new scholar has arrived at Alistar Tower with such fanfare. Word from Octien is that Famers Hughes' research is too important to be interrupted by day-to-day matters, even though he won't tell us what the research is exactly. Meanwhile, kobolds continue to be a nuisance, ambushing our miners at the mouth of the cavern. We have few Praetorians to handle a pack of beasts, and there's no way I'm letting them station Fair Gorda? I don't know what that is. There's no way I'll let them station Fair Gorda down here. Bad enough chipping away in the dark without one of those crazy bee one-men sneaking up. Crazy bee? One man sticking. That I don't know what that is implying or what that's supposed to mean. First Spring 210. Early tunnels connecting the mines to Alistar Tower are complete. They'll still need shoring up to stable enough for use, but soon we'll be able to move the Prismere straight into the labs without worrying about kobolds or curious outsiders. Just in time, too. There have been reports of soldiers lurking in the forest nearby. Don't they know the war front is on the other side of the Faelands? Okay. Oh, okay. I'll take it. So basically, they're taking advantage of the fact that there's a huge war to mine a bunch of cool stuff, and then it was used in their effort for the Wall of Souls. Crude leather hood. Okay, well that's the mine.